down low, and pull your window curtains. Oh, let your moon come shining in into our...
We got roughly about 62. And it doesn't have to be as big as the pan, but we don't want it to overlap more than 3 inches on each side. If we get full of water, we don't want the pan to deform under the weight of the water. So okay, we're screwed together here on each side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our 24. See, the reason that I took a couple inches off each end on our initial measurement was because when we come together here, you can see that we're going to add an inch for our 2x4 1.5 actually. So what we'll do is we'll screw this right here through right there, and that'll secure that, and we'll do the same thing on the bottom for each corner, guys, and that'll connect it all up. Got it built, got it together, and got our plywood on top, got our pan on top of that, and still got some room, plenty of room there for a unit. What I plan on doing was coming up on our return here and going right into the back of the unit, and then coming out of the unit there and going right into the top of our ductboard there, where you see all the joists coming off the ceiling. There's a wall there, and then what they're going to do is they're going to re-support it to a different point, and then they're going to put the beams in here all the way across there at the top of the joists here. And they're basically going to create supports up here, and that way the ceiling will be flush down there and you won't even see it. It'll just look like one big room. So it's going to be great when they get done. But as you can see, we got run there, we got another run there that we're going to have to take out before Monday, before they come and do their work. So that's just one more thing we're going to have to do. So anyway, I wanted you guys to see it here set up, and I did it kind of high. I could have done it half the size, you know, 1 foot or so, and been fine, and still got over this board there on our drain. But then we'd have had to go up, and then 90 degree up, and then 180 degrees back down into our duct board there. So what I'm gonna do is, because we made it this high, we're just gonna come straight out of it and just 90 down into the top of it. So we should be really good. You know, to a 90, and then a 180 is just be too much. So it should have really good airflow still, and of course we're going to have plenty of return because we oversized the grill and the return line. So let's get to it. I got a 4 by 5 inch square cut, and we got one PVC line down and our liquid intersection. I got a second PVC line that I'm going to run. I'm going to run 2 dedicated lines. A lot of guys will just run one. A lot of houses you just see one line, and both the main pan in the unit and the auxiliary pan will be both connected to the same line. So if this one line does clog up, we'll have a dedicated second line, auxiliary second line, other than the dedicated one that will be off the pan. So it's just going to be, you know, more prevention from leaks to happen. Just going to be a better job for us. So what I'll do usually is I'll just go ahead and I'll glue, and I'm using just some regular primer. This happens to be purple because back in Huntsville they did a lot of inspections, and here actually where I'm at in Baldwin County doing on this job, there's actually, they require you to pull a permit, but there's no inspectors. So we're going to get off easy here in Baldwin. But anyway, for how long? They'll probably get some inspectors here for too long, next year or two. But this here's a rain and shine. Now, the only problem that I run into with this, guys, if you use this or you're thinking about it, it's really good because, you know, it's rain or shine. It can have you can have water in the line and it'll glue it, and it's really good about the joint being good and secure, even though there may be water coming out of the line. So it's really good for that if you're just in a quick, you know. But I don't recommend it on pressurized lines. If you want to do any plumbing or anything like that on, I don't recommend this rain or shine at all, because it will just fail on you. I've done it a couple times on plumbing, just personal stuff, you know, nothing for hire, and it'll hold for a little while and it'll fail after a while, or it'll start to leak around there, so around the joint. So anyway, here's the these are pretty cool. They're got from the hardware store, pre-fashioned. I'm used to making these guys on my bender when I'm on a job site, but I seen them in that they had them, and I figured I'd save some time, and they were really cheap. So anyway, we got those, and we got our 1.25" for our PVC line that'll go over all our connectors and everything. Alright, we'll wait on that to dry. 15-20 minutes. And I just got it propped up with another piece there. Just take the pressure off of it, and we'll let that dry for a little while. Once that's good and hard, we'll push it back up in the wall there. Meanwhile, let's get started on removing this electrical. And just for being a carrier here, just for simplicity reasons, I mean, I can go back through and figure it out, but what I usually do is I'll take a picture, because on our wiring, our common is brown going into the carrier, and our fan is gray going into the carrier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snap a shot here, then we can refer back. with great ease and not have to. Okay, what is this? What's this go to? And da 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 da. Alright, got gauges hooked up here on the low side to our low side port, and we're gonna cut off our king valve here. Well, we were going to cut off the king port. A lot of times you see this, especially on the low side too. This is one of those home warranty installs, and what they'll do is they'll run these out until they actually stop, and that actually will cause them to leak over time. What we want to do is we want to run these out all the way up until they stop, and then go in a quarter turn, and that'll prevent leakage here in the top usually. So let me redo this, reposition this Allen, see if I can get this thing turned. Alright, and when I introduce this Freon back into the system, when I go all the way, open this valve all the way back open again, I'll make sure when it stops, I'll go back in, like I said, a quarter turn.
It's been a long